little bit of feistiness is good for Unrivaled, right? You know, it's a very chill league in a sense where the players are getting handsomely compensated. They're got the cushy situation in Miami. If you recall, Sabrina Ionescu last year, it said she was basically there to have fun. So, you know, and there's a lot of nice perks to that, right? Everybody being together, camaraderie, obviously, and, you know, not having to travel, being well taken care of, et cetera, not to mention the player development aspect of Unrivaled. But, you know, those are all amenities and perks for the players. They don't necessarily translate into viewers. And we've talked about the Unrivaled rating.
The words of a WNBA legend hung heavily in the air, serving as a direct challenge to the league's growing competitive intensity. "I probably would have punched her," she admitted, making it clear this was far from a casual remark. Her raw, unfiltered reaction to an on-court incident has sent shockwaves through the league, forcing everyone to confront a boundary that many believe was egregiously crossed. The energy shifted instantly, moving from friendly competition to a visceral demand for accountability, leaving fans and players alike questioning what this could mean for the future of the sport in Unrivaled.
But, you know, those are all amenities and perks for the players. They don't necessarily translate into viewers. And we've talked about the Unrivaled ratings plenty, which have not been good. Their social media impressions are apparently up, and some of them have been picked up this week. That's because, you know, the competitive heat and energy is spilling over. You had the Marina Mabrey and Courtney Williams interaction earlier this week. Vinyl, Lunar Owls. Mabrey bricks there. They're going after the loose ball. Good defense by Wood.
The flashpoint happened when Brittney Griner, a towering presence on the court, swiped across Aliyah Boston's face during a fierce battle for a loose ball. The play looked less like a standard basketball move and more like a deliberate, aggressive strike, immediately drawing a flagrant foul and sparking a heated debate among fans and commentators. Boston went down visibly shaken, even seemingly searching for a lost contact lens amid the chaos.
Mabrey bricks there. They're going after the loose ball. Good defense by Williams, a little handsy, foul, hug, and pushing and shoving, trash talking, getting in each other's face. Brittney Griner coming there to the rescue. We'll get back to Brittney Griner in a second. After the fact, Courtney Williams had said, basically, you know, that was just ball. They were just playing. They were just in the heat of the moment, which is true, right? Like, not a big deal. But there was a Brittney Griner and Aliyah Boston play.
At first, the Griner-Boston confrontation appeared to be an isolated burst of aggression, but it came on the heels of a week already charged with tension. Just days earlier, an interaction involving Marina Mabrey, Sabrina Ionescu, and Courtney Williams had highlighted the league's rising competitive intensity. Williams was seen getting handsy, which escalated into pushing, shoving, and aggressive trash talking, revealing a sharp edge creeping into what was supposed to be the calm, unrivaled environment.
Defense by Williams, a little handsy, foul, hug, and pushing and shoving, trash talking, getting in each other's face. Brittney Griner coming there to the rescue. We'll get back to Brittney Griner in a second. After the fact, Courtney Williams had said, basically, you know, that was just ball. They were just playing. They were just in the heat of the moment, which is true, right? Like, not a big deal. But there was a Brittney Griner and Aliyah Boston play last night that drew some attention. A flagrant foul from Brittney Griner to Aliyah Boston. They were battling for...
Williams, reflecting on her own earlier skirmish, had downplayed the intensity, insisting it was just ball and attributing it to the heat of the moment. This casual acceptance of escalating physicality set a worrying precedent. Yet the Griner-Boston incident felt different, a clear departure from ordinary gameplay, sparking widespread outrage and prompting even seasoned commentators to question the boundaries of competitive play in a league striving for excellence.
Right? Like, not a big deal. But there was a Brittney Griner and Aliyah Boston play last night that drew some attention. A flagrant foul from Brittney Griner to Aliyah Boston. They were battling for position, were the two of them, as you can see here. under the rim, fighting for position. Aliyah Boston's like, come on. Griner's like, what did I do? And then you have a little bit later here. Next possession, I'm sorry. Ball.
The unrivaled league, celebrated for its comfortable Miami setup, strong player camaraderie, and generous compensation, had long maintained a relatively relaxed atmosphere. Players like Sabrina Ionescu reportedly participated mainly to enjoy the perks, minimal travel, top-notch care, and a generally enjoyable experience. While these player-focused benefits were appealing, they hadn't consistently translated into high viewership, leaving the league searching for ways to boost its overall appeal.
Next possession, I'm sorry. Ball goes up, and they're fighting for the loose ball, and Griner winds up swiping Boston across the face. You see Aliyah down there, and here's the play. You can see what happens. Slow motion, boom, raked right across the face. Boston goes down. Apparently might have lost her contact lens because you see her looking on the floor for it, I believe, at some point. Hope I'm not making that up. Yeah. And then there was what Lisa Leslie said about it on commentary.
Social media impressions for Unrivaled have reportedly surged, with some attributing the increase to the very competitive heat now spilling into physical altercations. The league seems to be facing a delicate balancing act, determining how much intensity can boost viewer engagement without crossing into territory that undermines the sport's integrity or endangers its athletes. The Griner Boston incident has undeniably pushed that boundary.
I probably would have punched her, so that's just me. So I would say that it's a foul.
I probably would have punched her, said Lisa Leslie on the broadcast there. You know, a lot of respect for Lisa Leslie. She's always kept it real and authentic. One of the true legends of the game, you know, known for dunking back in the day. And when you were associated, you were playing name association with the WNBA in the past. Lisa Leslie is definitely someone who would have come to mind. But, you know, she isn't afraid to speak her mind either, and it's good for Unrivaled to have her on commentary. She was always quick to give it up to Caitlin Clark.
Lisa Leslie, a true legend of the game, delivered the harshest critique of the Griner incident on commentary. She didn't hold back, stating bluntly, "I don't think that was extra. I think it's excessive. And if that was my face, I probably would have punched her." Leslie's candid assessment instantly elevated the conversation, signaling that this was far beyond a typical foul and demanded a level of condemnation few had anticipated.
Terry, she was always quick to give it up to Caitlin Clark, has always kept it respectful, and obviously earns a lot of respect. But for her to say right there, she would have punched Brittney Griner in the face. You know, we've seen a little spicy energy from Aliyah Boston. Maybe she was caught off guard, and Leslie said there that, you know, Aliyah's a little bit too nice. Nonetheless, these sort of things are good for Unrivaled because maybe they can translate into viewers. We shall see. But I did like Leslie's energy there. You could say she had some Unrivaled energy in saying how she would have responded if she were in Boston's place.
The Unrivaled league was rocked when Brittney Griner swiped across Aliyah Boston's face during a heated play. Lisa Leslie, a true legend, didn't hold back. "If that was my face, I probably would have punched her." Her blunt reaction sent shockwaves, highlighting that this was far beyond a typical foul. Leslie's words carry weight. Known for her authenticity and groundbreaking career, she understands the game's essence and the standards that should be upheld. Boston, a rising star, seemed caught off guard, too nice for such aggression, underscoring how unacceptable Griner's actions were. The incident sparks a critical question. How much intensity can boost viewership without threatening players' safety or the league's integrity? While drama draws eyes, the focus should remain on skill, teamwork, and respect. The response from legends like Leslie and the high standards of players like Caitlin Clark makes it clear some actions are simply inexcusable. Unrivaled now faces a pivotal moment. Will it allow aggression to overshadow the sport, or will it set firm boundaries to preserve respect, sportsmanship, and the league's long-term appeal? This single swipe could redefine the league's future.